I told you on this channel that pi was going to get to 0 point something before it starts going back up, and that has happened already. And for those that are following me, I am sure you should have known where you should make the purchase of this pi coin. There are loads of insight, because some people are saying pi is never going to recover, pi is not a good coin, pi doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. And I'm thinking, which blockchain or coin have you ever built? How do you know that this is going to happen? Because you don't know. Why? Most of the people are emotional about this. Pi listed February 20. It's just barely a month old, and you're already expecting pi to supersede Bitcoin. That's not true. The Pi core team, they are not saying that that's going to be, because if influencers are hyping up a coin, yes, they are doing their job, because it is by that hype that every other good thing is going to happen. And if it's not happening at the pace they need it, then it's not still a problem. Till today, the price of Pi coin is still good enough if something that listed just 1 month ago is on the horizon. And I tell you, once this panic starts, I know it's going to get to the bottom of it before people start buying. This is the same thing that happens with every human being. Some of us are going to start buying when it gets to 0.8, 0.9, which is that got into already, and then it's starting to climb up again. And a lot of people too are going to buy when it's done, and it will force the market to go up. It's just the real human being nature. Look at what Dr. Altcoin of Dr. PiCoin here is saying. An estimated $204 million worth of Pi tokens was sold in the last 24 hours. In the last 24 hours, over 204 million Pi tokens were sold, accounting for about 42.18 of the total trading volume. That massive sell-off aims at panic selling or loss cutting as traders react to the rapid price decline. And look at it here. This was even when it was 0.9, it got to 0.8, and you can see how sharply this is going down. But presently, it has recovered. Why did it recover? Because also, people like me bought. I had to buy. I told you I was waiting for it to get to 0.8, 0.9 if I will buy. Anything lower than $1 is okay. There is no way I can lose. Why? Even if it's going to go down, ISK 0.2, 0.3, it will rally back up, and the volume of trade that I have put in, it can't finish, it will rally back up. And anything around 1.8, 1.9, I will be into profit. That is the exact point that you should buy. And that is how we say we buy the dip. Look at it. Ooh, it has even gone up. You see, now it's on 1.09. You see how massive it could jump, because once it gets to 0.8, a lot of people too are going to see it as an opportunity to rebuy. And that's why it's pushing the market back up. You see that? It's really going back up. And let's look at what it's saying on crypto bubbles, because you can see here in the last hour alone, 15% Pi had gone up. Now, for people who don't know how to use crypto bubbles, the more impact a coin has, the bigger and deeper the grain will be. You can see Pi is taking like a very big space, because it's the only one that is having this big massive jump at this moment, which is just an hour, and you can see it is going up. Other ones are in red, are losing. The other green two are doing but very little. You can see 1.3, Atom 0.9. But if we switch over to a day and we see what Pi has done in a day, it's not going to be this massive. It will probably be red. Ooh, yeah. So in a day, it's minus 4.2%. But I feel it will recover. Cake is doing well here for a day, 16.5. And I'm definitely sure Pi will recover a little, at least from the point of 0 point. It will recover to the middle of 1 point something. And of course, it has dwindled down to number 21. And also, Pi has gone out of the top 20. It's now number 21 with a market value of 7.4 billion. There's something funny that I would like to point your attention to, and if I have my way, I could do a glaze of this thing and put it in my house. I'm telling you, it's sweet me. It's from Dr. Altcoin. Look at it. As the Pi price is down towards 0.5 and 0.6 from the out of around $3, what I see is a Pi community desperately trying to fix personal finance with Pi. You see, that's what I talk about when it comes to emotions of trading. Whenever you're in this emotional roller coaster of, oh, everything's going to be fine now, and then people are calculating their money. If I put $10,000, it's going to become 30,000, and then I'm going that's exactly what is happening here. Because normally, if you are following this Pi trade and everything happening in this market, it's not as bad as it looks. Look at it here. Why, on the other hand, the Pi core team is focused on fixing global finance. This creates a clear clash in time frames and priorities. The Pi community needs a mindset shift to align with broader goals, why the Pi core team must provide a transparent and clear roadmap. This is the problem of this coin. You see, when I study everything about Pi, I was so intrigued with it, and I'm happy that I'm even something remotely close to it, and I want to put in my shout and put in my own, quota of how to make it successful. But the Pi core team are making this very difficult. I have two reasons for this, and I'm going to prove it to you, because ideally, the only problem I felt that happened was on Pi Day. That Pi Day, the hype around Pi Day, I knew was going to impact the coin negatively. And I said it on this channel, if everybody was waiting for Binance listing and is not listing, at least let the Pi team come out and say something. Even the way the coin is going deeper and going down, the team, they are saying absolute nothing. And from nowhere, there is more puncture to the trust we have on them. The fact that they are not saying something, now there is more problem. And I will share it with you. My job on this channel is not because I like Pi, I will not say the truth. I will say the truth. And every research I make, when it pops up, I'll bring it up to you. The whole secret. I'm not going to blow it, because I know I have some content creators that also go through my channel. They will probably make reports, or sometimes they want to use it to create content. I could have blurred it and just don't let you know where I got it from. But let me help you, because I want the community to also know. So the more people understand this, the better. Don't let me be selfish with this. Will Binance ever list Pi? Here is what you have to know. Now, I'm not going to let you read through all of these, but I'll tell you because I've read through it and I see three main things here. First, Binance started this thing they called vote to list. They started it about 3 weeks ago or thereabout, and I also reported it on the channel. When people now voted, they told their community, which other token do you want us to list that we have not listed that you are vibing to? And then there was a massive vote for Pi. Pi had 86% of votes, meaning based on what Binance said they are going to do, then there should have been a listing coming up for Pi. But Pi is not coming on Binance. At least not now, not in the nearest future. How did I know? Let's continue to read, because here you can see there is one big deal here. The vote to list program was made public just 1 month ago. It is unique because it's not centralized within the project. Binance wants to make sure that the community is actively involved in choosing which token should be listed in the marketplace. In the first competition, 9 projects will complete for the listing. Some of these projects in the campaign are, they mentioned all the names. The 2 that gets most votes will be named winners. In order to be able to take part in the program, a project must be stored on the BNB Smart Chain network. Unfortunately, Pi network does not meet the criteria because of its own blockchain. As a result, it can be part of the initiative. Problem number 1. I am going to make a dedicated video about this because I've made the research. I have about 6 things to say, otherwise this video will go to 30 minutes. Pi network is creating their own blockchain. Something like what you have on Binance, on Bybit. They are also creating like their own exchange. So they are not interested in, meeting up with the criteria that Binance is giving them. We may be thinking Pi doesn't know what they are doing, but Pi is going to go to the moon. It's just like it might hit the sun before it gets to the moon. And for most of you who have rushed into investing your money, it might have gone to the drain before it starts going to the moon. Oh, join. That's why we say do your research before you go into these things. And I know we are all busy. We are working. For me, I work full time on this thing. I have all the day in the world to do it. That's why I created a class. I know some people might not know it's necessary, but the research I will do in a day, you might not do it in 3 months. Just join the class and get free signals from me to you, and it is what it is. I'm going to leave the link in the description and also pin it to the comment how you can join this class and how you can get things started, because the class is already going. Not like you're going to miss anything. You won't miss, but these are the valuables that you have to know how things go. So Binance is not going to list Pi. It's as simple as that, because there's no day they are now going to go and host themselves on another blockchain when they are already in the production of their own blockchain. Say one. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2, this one is shocking. When Binance asks users in the community vote whether to put Pi network on the exchange, the vast majority of investors who responded voted in favor of Pi. However, Binance team hasn't done anything yet about this, so why did they even ask? They played down the community reactions of listing Pi by saying that other factors will be taken into account before making a final choice. Now, investors are beginning to say that Binance unfairly supports meme coin projects that are built on Binance. You see, when I was saying that there is a manipulation in the market and there is an agenda against them, you people are just joking with these things. Let me tell you the truth. Just come and open another channel and be doing what I'm doing, and you are pressing my neck. See, I will not react. I will react even if I'm a Christian. You see what I'm saying? Now, Binance subtly doesn't really like somebody who's doing what they are doing and already has the capacity to produce heavy community. So beef there are people. Binance is not owned by God. It's a human being that owns it. And when somebody is threatening their universal appearance, of course, they might not be able to support you. It's just like that in business. Why do you think Real Madrid did Arsenal? It's the same process. We want to win the cup. You want to win the cup. We'll rather put something in your drink so you won't be able to play well on the real day. It's the same process. So Binance will move towards meme coins that is built on them for more profit and more visibility than one pie that has everything and just want to come and use us to
promote themselves. They might not listen to that. And that's not even the worst one I told you about. You know the worst one? The worst thing is coming from Pi themselves. Is Pi coin transparency issues. In this case, I'm still going to research into it deeper. Other than Binance's questionable actions towards the Pi network, the crypto community had issues with transparency with Pi. They are not talking. How will your coin move from $1.9 and then go to 0 point something and you still don't say anything? Is it like they don't have media team, or they just don't want to talk, or they don't know what is happening? Of course, there are pressures up and down. Listen to the pressure. A growing number of users are calling for transparency about the network's funding sources. Whereby they get money from. That is the main problem. You know whereby they got their money from? This one will shock you. Look at this. For instance, one of the founders of Pi Network did some research and found that 3 companies, they mentioned the 3 companies, have invested in Social Chain Inc. Social Chain Inc. is the company that runs Pi Network. The company that runs Pi Network, 3 people had invested in it. However, investigation showed a major problem. 2 of the investors do not have Pi Network in their legal investment portfolio. This is it. You see what it is. So how will I invest in a company and I don't have any of it in my legal portfolio? It's like they are hiding it. Either they are doing fraud with it. You see now? Because now all of a sudden you just see 200 and something million Pi being sold. Who has that volume before? You have to understand that when a large volume of sale go on, it will affect the price. And in the beginning, it's not you that created Pi. I wasn't the one that created it. The people that created it, they might have access to like 20-30% of the whole total Pi coin in circulation. So if they know that, oh, this price is going up because a lot of people are buying, that's why the price is going up. If they sell their volume, they will make profit. If they had 1 million to start with, and then they sell when the price is already at $2, and then they make times 3 of whatever they invested on, boom, the price will start coming down. And that means all the money people had lost had gone to their own pocket. Remember, they still have like 20% more, 30% of that Pi coin more, and you will not have anything because the little you bought is gone. So this transparency is huge. You cannot be hiding that you are the owner of Pi. Why? They don't want anybody to come and sanction them. You know Igbo now. It's not like Nigeria that you can just do anything you like and nobody will talk. There, if you have registered it, then they will ask you, where did you get this money from? They will be able to trace where the money is coming from. They might eventually pick you for scam. Remember, they picked the owner of Telegram that time because they kept seeing some monies that, all this to our wallet on Telegram. Some people just pack it and go. But in European countries, they won't allow for that. But now you have excluded it so that they won't see where the money is going to. That's a scam. And that is scary. I'm going to leave this here and do more research about it, and I'll bring it to you. Cryptocurrency and Pi network has been turning me into journalist, and I do all this research and look for what is not lost so that we'll be able to make the right decision. I don't want to go and be buying one Pi somewhere, I'll be mining something that the people that are going to drop the money are already waiting for me to come. No, let's have a fair playing ground if we want to fight, and that exactly is what I'm going to do.